the Transport Minister Omar Alghabra, who of course was the parliamentary secretary who worked on this file as well. So 2 files for you, sir. And thank you for being here. Please, let's just start with the 2 Michaels. China is proceeding with these trials. This is clearly an inflection point. How dangerous is this for the 2 Michaels right now?
Evan, it's good to be on your show. Let me just start off by saying my thoughts are with the 2 Michaels families. Our government, our Prime Minister, our Minister of Foreign Affairs have been saying from day one, this is a priority for us. This is a top priority for us. The safety of the 2 Michaels is of major concern. We've been condemning China's arbitrary detention. This is unacceptable. We've just been notified by our embassy in Beijing that the dates of the trials have been set. We've requested consular access to Mr. Spavor and Mr. Kovrig, and we will continue to fight for their safety, for their safe return home.
Do they have legal representation there, sir?
So, Evan, I just found out about this news as I was waiting so I haven't been fully briefed on the latest development. As you know, that Minister Garneau and his team and officials at Global Affairs are on top of this. There's obviously, it's very concerning. This is a serious development. I can tell you that we are going to do everything is in our power to defend them, to seek their release.
Right. Although this is a sign they're ratcheting this up. And I know, and I want our audience to understand, Mr. Alghabra found out about this literally as we did. And I know you're here. I want to talk about the plane, but just one last question. I think the conviction rate in these China courts are incredibly high, over 90, 95%. How fast could this proceed? And does Canada take any other maneuver now to try to help the 2 Michaels?
Evan, like I said, this is a very serious moment. The whole ordeal has been serious for the 2 Michaels, for their families. I am gonna, talk to my this Minister Garneau and his team are pushing very hard for this file, advocating for the Kovrig. So and Mr. Spavor. So I'm not really. Haven't been briefed on it before this interview. I know I'm here at the right time for you to ask these questions, but please forgive me if I'm not able to give you the details yet.
Okay, so I'll just reiterate. Mr. Spavor's trial starts Friday. Mr. Kovrig's trial starts on Monday. Let's talk about what we did invite you on for, and I appreciate your flexibility, Omar Alghabra. There was a damning conclusion the government came on Iran's finding on the flight that they shot down. What was actually missing? What facts were missing?
I mean, let me also say that as I was reading the report today, my heart went out to the families. Today is a very difficult day as well for the families of the victims of PS 752. The report brought up a lot of the memories and the tragedy and the anger and the frustration that many families are feeling. And as you know, I've been in touch with the families from day one when I was parliamentary secretary to the Prime Minister. The report, unfortunately, missed the meat of the issue. There are a lot of information and answers that are not there. For example, why was the airspace still open? Why was PS 752 given permission to fly? Why did the military fire these 2 missiles? Those questions have not been answered.
Yeah, and you're going to hold a press conference tomorrow morning. I understand the Transportation Safety Board will hold a press conference, and there's supposed to be another report from the Forensic Examination and Assessment Team. So what will TSB's response be, and what will the Forensic Examination and Assessment Team be?
As you know, the Transportation Safety Board is an arm's-length organization that is responsible for investigating tragedies in the transportation sector. They've been involved when they were invited by Ukraine as an expert. They are issuing a response tomorrow. I'm not able to comment on what they're about to say,
right.
but I tell you, the Prime Minister, if you recall, had asked Ralph Goodale as a special advisor to do a report on the tragedy, on shooting down that plane, and former Minister Goodale issued a report that has a lot of questions, we also will be issuing a forensic report that former Minister Goodale has worked with the forensic experts on. So that's coming in the coming days.
Yeah, although you wonder how will they get justice and answers for the families and victims and Canadians when they lack key information, when Iran is clearly not given the facts and not coming true. Can I just ask you one last question? I know this is a little different.
Evan, but I want to be clear. We don't confuse our process with lack of resolve to getting to justice, to transparency, and to accountability. We are determined to pursue justice for the families. Canadians deserve answers. The entire world deserves answers.
Yeah, well, didn't get it from the Iran report today. Minister, just quickly on vaccines, Bloomberg is reporting Canada is one of the countries at the top of President Biden's list for the eventual vaccine exports. We're trying to get them over the border. Apparently, they're not going to release them. We've ordered 20 million AstraZeneca vaccines, or many of them are in a warehouse right now in the United States. Will Canada get any of those vaccines from the United States?
Let me say that we'll do what we always have done and successfully were able to do, is work with our partners in the United States on making sure that Canadians get the vaccines that they've ordered. So we are working diligently with our partners down in the U.S. to make sure that we get the vaccines that we've ordered. And by the way, this is also a moment to recognize why our portfolio is so diverse, is to make sure that Canadians have access to a variety of vaccines from a variety of sources.
Right. Yeah, I know, but this is 20 million, and the U.S.'s vaccine nationalism is really starting to pinch. It's starting to pinch, and I know you're in charge of transport, but we want to transport those across the border. They're not releasing them from the factory.
Evan, Canadians by the end of this month will receive 8 million doses. We expect 37 million doses to be here by the end of the second quarter. Every Canadian who wants to be vaccinated will be vaccinated by September.
Right. All right, Minister Alghabra, I really appreciate you first of all, adjusting to this news about the two Michaels. I know it's a file you know well, but also on the report on the downing of the Ukrainian jet killing so many Canadians. Minister Alghabra, thank you for taking the time.